group, right? RDU with the Dragon Priest
Hmm.
and Freeling with the Dragon Priest was a surprise. He didn't go with the Priest this time because I feel like the Freeze Mage from JJ kind of limits his options, and it will be interesting to see what they open it with because it feels like there's not a lot of options to be flexible, right?
Yeah, it's really difficult because as soon as those bans kick in, or as soon as you have any knowledge of your opponent's classes, which both of these players have because both of them have played on stream before, it really does impact your choices early on. But it is going to be Radu versus JJ, and I'll let you guys get on with it.
Thank you, Raven. Now we're starting the game. Druid versus Paladin. The aggro Paladin will, well, how will actually do against a Druid? That's the question. On Nether, I don't see that matchup so often. I don't know about you, Tessin.
No, like the aggro paladin is for sure really rare, and Adu is one of the few people who likes it. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's alright. But Superjj's hand is really strong. Like living roots is for sure gonna do good.
Yeah, the Living Roots and the Double
Double
Innovate.
innovate.
That there's one option for RDU to have an answer against something that is double innovated into the game, which is Keeper of Ulduman. Like let's say there's a Ancient of War, right? You
Yeah,
drop it on turn, well, basically free with double innovate. So if your opponent has an option to Keeper of Ulduman that, then it's pretty okay. But otherwise, it's a sad thing to see. So turn one for RDU, he needs to find an answer against the Living Roots, and there's not a lot of answers in his deck. There's no more um, basically weapons that help to reclaim the board control in the first turn. So he either has to drop the Ardent Squire and deal with the fact that the Living Roots will most likely kill it, or he can just drop the Dragon Egg and pass the turn because he most likely will have to keep the coin for the Blessing of Kings for his Dragon Egg or for the Consecration. Depends on what will happen for the Druid. What do you think, Tessin?
yeah. I think like I don't think he will go for Argent Squire because if you do that, it's because he want
Mm-hmm.
to trade the board and coin into Horse Rider. But I don't think he want to use his coin on that since he got the blessing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I believe that will just come an egg.
The egg is very passive, although, and that's problematic. But he needs to find something against those living roots, right? What are the options in his deck? He has a flame juggler, so that will be a great top deck to fit into the curve and maybe deal with one of the minions. He goes for the Argent Squire
He's going for
anyway.
the Argent Squire,
Okay.
giving more options if you draw another one drop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For JJ seems like a very good opener. Now he can innervate a Maya Keeper on turn 2, gain an additional mana crystal. So next turn he will have 4 mana available, which makes his innervate, well,
Really rough. 8 mana for. It can be really hard for ADU to handle, but it really depends
mhm.
on if JJ draw any big minions. He needs the hard drops.
Let's say he will draw a Fandral. That will be amazing as well. Like almost every single minion is actually a big problem for this Paladin deck because it relies on attacks with 2 or 3 attack. So whatever has more than 4 is basically already a tough creature to deal with.
Yeah, this is looking really interesting. Like normally it's the Paladin who use all the cards and use Divine Favor, but ADU's hand is full and JJ got 2 cards. And another Living Roots.
Oh, that's actually quite amazing. Now he can go for Living Roots and Hero Power, clear the egg, because he can attack with Maya Keeper to the egg, Hero Power down the freshly spawned dragon, and then go with the Living Roots to gain board control again.
Yeah, I like that. Just keep the Paladin down so he can't just go full rush and finish the game too fast.
It's very interesting to see what JJ did in the Mulligan phase because he kept 2 innervates, although sometimes it's not really a good idea to keep 2 innervates in most of the matchups, especially when you're going first because your card advantage is low. Uh, but he recognizes the fact that he's playing against an aggro paladin, so a single divine favor can swing the game around, but by emptying his hand preemptively, he plays around that card.
Yeah, I think it's helping JD a lot that he knows ADU is playing Aggro Paladin since he's have
Mhm.
seen it one time.
What are the options here? Coin, Consecration. Not really a good option. You
I,
only clear one card, and then you don't want to sacrifice the Vogan for the Maya Keeper, because you're the aggressor here. But it doesn't look this way. Right? You should be the aggressor in this matchup, but you're not at all.
no, that's the thing. Do you want to outvalue the opponent? And that's really hard against a Druid. One Nourish and you can't do it. But going full YOLO, I don't think he can go Blazing Face or something like that. Probably Hero Power and Argent Protector somehow.
The problem is, even if he goes Hero Power Argent Protector on the 2-1, let's say he attacks with the... No, he actually won't attack with the Worgen Infiltrator if he gives him the Divine Shield, because then he can Blessing of Kings it next turn and deal with huge minion like Druid of the Claw, if that's even in JJ's deck, because we're not sure.
Oh, it's a hard one for you for sure. But I believe it's the Argent Protector or Coin Cons. Yeah, okay.
Hero Power on one coin? No. Didn't go for it. Okay.
That's a big minion.
Well, he can innovate that out. I feel like in most situations you don't want to keep the innovate, because the value of the innovate now, when you have already 6 mana in the next turn, is not really that impactful, since you only have basically Ancient of Wars, and that's about it when it comes to big minions, apart from Yogg, that you want to innovate. And you will play around with another card against Divine Favor. So I would not blame him to just play the Sylvanas here and just go.
Yeah, there's a lot of different strategies. Like you see the Divine Favor, but Adieu is having a lot of cards, and how is he gonna need the Innovate? Like you say, the chance of drawing Ancient of War is pretty low, because it's only 2 cards, and I don't think JD is running that many big minions.
Well, we saw 2 Ancient of Wars, but that's about it. So, and a Yogg, of course.
Yeah, I believe it's some kind of token, but I'm not sure. I didn't play it against his Druid deck.
Rallying Blade, well, it's helpful, but it's already too late. Now he would have to deal with the Sylvanas, but since his minion has a Divine Shield, well, it's most likely will be stolen at some point of the game anyway. So now the Blessing of Kings is also a really bad choice, because he buffs the minion, and then Sylvanas dies because it crashes into it, and you lose the big 6/5 minion. So you can't really do that.
I like to just equip the Blade here, and then use the Worgen to hit Sylvanas, and then clear Sylvanas and just end the turn. Then you're setting up a really good Consecration next round. You will take a lot of damage, but I really don't think that matters, because JD will only have 2 cards now, and as we can see, the feral rates won't do much for him right now.
Okay, so you want to go for the board control version, board control option in this case.
Yeah, and try and outvalue the opponent, because you can really rush him down. He's on
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
That plan failed after turn 2, basically.
Yeah, turn 2, you need a new strategy. Oh, he's going for the Consecration now.
Interesting. Okay, so it's kind of like a middle ground between what you were saying and what RDU did, because basically he rushed for some damage, he cleared the board, and he can still kill the Sylvanas next turn.
Yeah, I like the play he did for sure, because he got the Blade and like swipe Hero Power can clear the Worgen, go face with Sylvanas, and then you can clear the minion with the Blade.
Unfortunately, he's not able to play minions with Divine Shield before he plays the Rallying Blade, because then it will get stolen.
Yeah, we for sure hope he won't do that mistake.
No clear from JJ. I like this a lot. He he knows that the Worgen doesn't present any kind of threat right now. So by leaving it with the Divine Shield, he guarantees himself a steal with the Sylvanas. I really like that.
Yeah, playing around it. That was a good choice and a hard one. Like, so what is Adieu going to do now? He can Rallying Blade first, then trade, and then kill his own Worgen. That will give him the ball control.
I feel like he can actually play the Dragon Egg and give it a 50-50 for him to give it to his opponent. Because what does the egg do for the Druid?
Yeah, I don't believe it will do much. Like, you can ref your own, but you don't really want to do that. You want
Yeah.
to kill the minions from the opponent.
You don't have buffs for your minions. Your opponent already used. RDU already used one consecration, so Dragon Egg doesn't really play into that. So I feel like you can go for the 50-50. Let's see if he will do that. Oh, he just gives it the Worgen. Okay.
So what to do? Dragon Egg or Coin Hero Power or just Hero Power?
I think.
Or
Oh.
Archon?
Oh.
Oh, Horse Rider.
Wait. Wasn't it better to... No, because there was a 50-50% chance to give your opponent a minion with Divine Shield.
Yeah.
Moonfire. Well, the value cards, the value of the cards that Druid is now drawing are pretty low, so that gives a small out for RDU to actually come back into this game. If JJ doesn't draw an Ancient of War or a Archon Giant, it looks very problematic for JJ to come back on the board state, because his hero powers doesn't even make any minions at all.
Yeah, for sure. Like we was talking about, the best way for ADU now is trying to alpha to get a big minion and just hit straight forward.
And Moonfire, yep.
Yeah.
Play around Blessing of Kings, I like it a lot.
JD is just waiting for the big minions. ADU wants to finish it before he draw them. Or the Crazed Alchemist.
Another good combo of Dragon Egg. Definitely not.
But how is he gonna use it in the this matchup?
Well, it's actually pretty decent against Ancient of War.
Yeah, you can make it into a 10 file, and that's really
But I don't think you can wait in this situation. You need to have minions on board.
yeah, you
So
like the tempo.
you need to play the Dragon Egg, the Hero Power, and Crazed Alchemist as well.
Yeah, on the 1/1, of course. So he doesn't kill anything. Just
Does
to
he
have the
go for
pressure.
it? He's actually thinking of not going into it. He knows that there's no Ancient of War in his opponent's hand, so he just kind of thinks that he's playing around the top deck, which is interesting to see.
He could probably consider Keymail because he wants to Blazon of Kings on the egg and then Crazed Alchemist on the egg to make the egg a 6/4 over 4/6, but he hasn't seen
Why would
any
he do
swipe.
it as 6/4 from the egg?
Yeah,
Does it
you
make
make
any sense?
yeah. I
But
don't
then
like
it
it 'cause
dies
of
to
swipe.
Wrath and Hero Power, or dies to Feral Rage, dies to Swipe. So, and usually you want to have more HP on the egg because it spawns more minions in Fury, right?
So the only reason he could keep the Crazed Alchemist is for the Ancient Wall.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because now he will keep it like until end of time, until it's actually get drawn, right?
Yeah.
Hero Power into the egg and then clear. Yep.
Yeah, that's why.
Good option. Good options for JJ are present to take back the board control, or at least reset the board.
And he got an Azure Drake, so the value shouldn't be a problem in the
Mhm.
forward. Keep off Uldaman.
Oh, but this is not looking great. And now RDU has the problem that he didn't play the Crazed Alchemist previous turn, so there's still no target for his Blessing of Might. Sorry, Blessing of Kings.
Yeah, it's a rough one. I think he just needs to go for Hero Power, keep off Uldaman, try to get some.
Yeah. If he keeps he kept the Crazed Alchemist for the Engine of War, so if he does that, then he can't really now wait with both of those minions that he has in the hand. So he needs to do something on the board, and spawning a, well, basically 3/3 and a 3/4 on board for 6 mana doesn't sound like a bad choice, right?
No, it's fine value. Like Uldaman is doing really good in this situation as well.
The problem is that Ulduman is actually better against Engine of War than Alchemist. Okay, so he goes for Blessing of Kings. A Fandral with the Feral Rage is an awesome
Hero
answer.
Power.
Yeah, awesome answer for that 5/5 minion.
That was a really good draw from JJ.
So now
Oh.
awful draw. Now every single Divine Favor would be problematic for RDU, and he can clear the Fandral, but he's dropping to 10, and he needs to play almost every single card that he has anyway to just play, to have even a cycle from that Divine Favor. Otherwise, he's not able to do anything. Hero Power, get a 3/3. So his board presence is actually not that bad right now. He has 3 minions, decent sized minions, and his opponent still doesn't have anything. But the problem is now the density of the deck of the Druid is actually coming to a place where almost every single draw might be very impactful because there will be a big minion. And that Azure Drake might draw into Violet Teacher, an example, or a second swipe. But I really like the choice of the Raven Idol first to see what are your options.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he will Azure Drake into another 5-drop. Like, you can do swipe if you draw that and different things, but I really like to do the Raven's Idol as well. I don't believe he's playing Druid of the Claw either.
Probably no space for it. There's a foul nose, so now it can kill. Wow, what a draw. That's actually amazing. Moonfire clearing off the 3/3. having advantage on board as well. Divine Favor doesn't do anything. Even getting life tap doesn't really help here.
No, he's getting too low.
But he needs to play it.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Let's see what will happen. There's a steady shot, which is the best hero power for this deck, but not in this stage and not when you're so far behind.
I think I like the mage hero power, so he can trade the Azure Drake without facing it. So, oh, he wants the face damage.
I like that a lot. So he knows that there's no way he can actually go back into this game when he's trading all the time.
That's true. He needs to make pressure.
Engine
And
of War.
Engine of War.
Well, what can you do? What can you do with an Engine of War here? Already a Crazy Alchemist was played. One Keeper of Ulduman. You're on 5 HP after this turn. Wouldn't you like to play the Malagos instead? Oh, wow.
Oh, second life. Nah, I think this is fine. Like, he's finishing the game, but I would have considered trading the Keep of Uldaman and the 1-1 with the hero power, but he went face.
Okay, so the first game, Aggro Paladin didn't really do any work. For RDU, a really good opener for JJ. Actually, the dream opener in this particular matchup when you have a 1-drop and double Innervate to get rid of your hand to play around the Divine Favor. Although we have seen that the Divine Favor were already late into the game when they didn't have that much of an impact. But yeah, it was a dream scenario for JJ. Although the game didn't look as fast as it should be, right?
No, yeah, for sure. Like, Adu wants to finish it fast, like clear the board, attack the face, before the Druid get any chance to ramp up with Ancient of War and clear with Swipe or anything, but it didn't really work out. JD just had way too fast hand.
So now Shaman is being picked by RDU as a counter to the Druid. His opening hand is quite aggressive, I would say, but he's mulliging away the Abusive Surgeons and gets a really decent hand.
Yeah, I like it, and I like to see the Doomhammer. Like, he's playing Aggro Shaman, and I think that's doing really good.
He has 2 Doomhammers in his deck, because now when he mulliganed one away, we get the confirmation that the second one is being drawn in the mulligan. And another decent opening hand, I would say for JJ, because he has the Innervate. Of course, he would like to have Wildgrowth as well, but in this particular case, whenever you play against a aggro deck, I favor Innervate as a more impactful card than Wildgrowth, because it gives you immediate board presence. But here we see there's a Wildgrowth anyway.
Yeah, why not go for both? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I think against aggro you for sure want Innovate. But in like a matchup, like mirror matchup with Druid, Wildgrowth will do so much more. But yeah, he's clearing the board.
Clearing the board, 2 cards for 1. In case of value, Shaman is actually winning now, but doesn't matter, that's the thing.
Yeah, like JJ just need to get to late game, ramp up, and but yeah, there's double Rockbiter and a Doomhammer. It's really hard to go to late game against that.
That's a lot of damage, that's correct. But so far, RDU doesn't have any cards that he can play to achieve board presence, right? He cannot play a 3-drop because he doesn't have the Tascodotamic. He would love to have it, so he has a small chance of top decking it. But then, if he doesn't get a decent card for turn 3, he needs to consider hero powering up or using Milestone Portal. And I feel like using Milestone Portal might be actually better to be more aggressive in this situation. But at the same time, I'm not sure if he's playing the new Claw. So maybe if he's playing the Claw, then maybe he would like to totem up, so he has better chances to actually get the hero power. The air power totem.
Yeah, I like the idea about using the Maelstrom Portal, because the average 1-drop is better than a 1-1, and I believe a 1-1 mini is the best he can get from his hero power right now. But yeah, he for sure wants a 3-drop, like Tusker Totemic.
He goes for the Nourish. Interesting. Drawing 3 cards or going for the 2... Yes, he's going for the 2 mana crystals and a Wildgrowth. So next turn is 7 mana, but no card is playable. This is really rough. I mean, probably myself personally probably wouldn't go for it. It goes through your mind, right? But you're facing a Shaman, and you will empty your hand completely and will have nothing to play, and you rely only on top decks.
Yeah, for sure it's really greedy, but like drawing Age of War and stuff will change. Oh, this is not what he's looking for.
Definitely not. I mean, the Moonfire is not bad, but Malagos is 2 turns away. And still, that's only kill 1 minion. So this is looking really rough now. Emptying his hand is biting him so badly.
Oh yeah, for sure. But at U's end isn't that good either. Like he got some dead cards like Double Doom Hammer, Maelstrom Portal. But
I mean, he didn't get a dead card previous turn. He actually top decked a really great card,
oh, that's
which
for
is the
sure.
Fairy Spirits. So having that on board, oh my. Okay,
If you're low
that's
on
a
card,
rescue. That's a rescue, that's for sure. Living Roots. And a Final Nose! Holy crap! That is actually fantastic for JJ. Drawing the answer to kill already a 1 minion just in the beginning of the turn. Next turn you have a Malagos with a Moonfire. And there's no easy answer for RDU. I mean, he has double Rock Biters, right? So he has 16 damage next turn, but it's still not lethal.
And we see the Ancient of War getting drawn from Superjj. But he can also do the Malagos Moonfire combo.
Which one is better? Malagos deals with the 2/3, leaves a 4/12 minion on board, but you don't have any more spells. But still, it presents a big threat, right? But
Yeah.
I guess this is the turn when RDU is like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna ignore the Malagos. I'm just gonna bash your face with the Doomhammer because I don't care about anything else.
And then we see the Tusker Totemic.
16 damage to the face. Is it worth it? That's 17. Your opponent will be at 3. And I'm not sure what kind of... Oh, okay. I'm not sure what kind of spells is RDU playing, but I'm guessing that there's a lava burst, at least one.
I know that there's a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing double Lava Burst, and there's a lot of damage in the deck for sure.
Ref
Oh.
deals with the thing from below. Raven Idol for another spell.
Superjj is having some really good draws right now. And a bite.
Bite gives him 4 HP, which keeps him alive if he gets it.
I like bite here. Even though I would play Ancient of War, I still like to have bite. Yeah.
Okay, 5/10 on board. And let's see what will happen. Another Argent Squire. Not really that helpful. So let's say one Rock Biter takes care of is taking care of the Ancient of War. Ooh. Okay. That's
And
not
now he
bad.
can use both and then hit it one time, trade with Squire and hit face.
Wait, what?
Like use double Rock Biter and hit for 8 on Ancient
Oh,
of War.
Okay, and then hit for 8 to the face. Yeah. Well, I guess it's worth it, or it is not. Well, he's developing more board, right? Because
Yeah.
if he plays the Argent Square, so I like that a lot. A Yogg.
Yeah, so wrong.
Well, I don't think you can actually play that right now.
No, I don't think he needs to.
He has the bite, so he'll go up to at least 16. He can also play the Hero Power and the Maya Keep on that, so we'll be at 17 HP. But the problem is, Malagos goes into the... Sorry, the Hero Power with the bite goes into the Town Totem, and then Malagos needs to deal damage to the Flaming Totem, and your opponent is left with a Doomhammer, so 4 damage, and then 2 Argent Squares, so that's 6, and 3 damage from the Tusker Totemic, so that's already a lot of damage.
Oh, we can
he
see
goes-
JJ is.
He goes for the
praying.
Yogg, and he can still attack with his Malagos.
Oh,
Okay, sprint. He got a Moonfire, this is crazy. Oh
Maelstrom.
my god. Well, he's not dead, that's for sure. Oh, okay, well that's game. Exactly lethal with
exactly
Yogg.
lethal.
Well, why didn't we say, oh, it's lethal with Yogg, right, when this was drawn? It was clearly lethal with Yogg.
Yeah, for sure. JJ is a really good player. Spotting lethal like no one else.
Oh, you know what's funny? When he has a Malygos on board, it was actually a huge chance that he would kill himself with almost every single spell. A fireball that was played on his face was actually lethal because it's 12 then, right? With he didn't have an Azure Drake. Never mind. But there was a lot of spells that could have just killed him outright because they had so much spell power. But fortunately for him, almost every single thing that was attacking, that was being played from the Yogg, damaged his opponent and not himself.
Yeah, like the lava burst holy fire on himself, and the game would be over straight away. Like, boom.
Yep, that's true. But now JJ has an advantage. He's on match point. 2-0 with Druid, and RDU is left with. What is his last class? He played Shaman. He played Paladin. He's left with
Hunter.
Hunter. Yes. So he needs to 3-0 a Hunter, a Priest, and a Paladin. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, let's see what Camel Hunter.
Camel Hunter, well, that's actually pretty decent against the Druids.
I actually believe it's good against Paladin Priest as well, because they don't want any one-drops. So I believe he will get a lot of value from
Well,
it.
if that's a Dragon Priest, then it has Whelps and Clerics.
Yeah, I actually believe he played Cleric, because I played against his Priest. So let's see. It's a rough run. We will probably see it, maybe not.
Another innovate for JJ. It's a good opener. And then
The
now
Wild
Wild
Grove.
Grove on turn 2. That is crazy. Moonfire Wild Grove seems like a decent option. Oh, he goes for the Minekeeper anyway to have board presence. To have a board presence. I like that.
Yeah, then he can hero power Wild Grove next round.
So he can deal with a animal companion if there would be one.
And he also got Wrath. He can deal with anything that comes out right now. The thing is, how is EDU gonna handle it?
I think it's just a quick shot.
Yeah.
Quick shot, and then you can play next turn Desert Camel or Barnes. Probably Desert Camel, because you know it gives you more edge on against your opponent than the Barnes. Because even if the Barnes gets you like a Ragnaros or something really great, but without the Death Rattle effect, then your opponent just hero powers that, right? Let's see what will happen. The quick shot is taking down the Maya Keeper, and now JJ has a really obvious turn. Next turn is still looking decent.
Yeah, I think the Azure Drake is really good. Like we was talking about, all the ramping up. You can have some problem with cards, because you don't have that much card draw, but since you get an Azure Drake, it shouldn't be a problem.
So now this is a question. If you play Barnes, your opponent needs to sacrifice most likely sacrifice 2 mana to kill the 1/1. But if you don't, if you do that and your opponent doesn't have a draw, like a minion to drop on curve, then he's actually happy to do that, right?
Yeah, for sure, like forcing the opponent to use his mana.
Another Maya Keeper.
I believe he is choosing the 2/2.
Yeah, I would definitely choose the 2/2 in this situation when you're already at 6 mana.
And you have a turn 7 anyways, like Azure Drake into Wrath.
So another quick shot will be played. Trade with the Camel to the 2/2. Huge Toad. Quick shot. You have Deadly Shot for a huge minion, like an Engine of War. So you need to clear those minions.
Yeah, for sure. So you're sure that the Deadly Shot doesn't kill a 2/2 minion.
Problem is, next turn, one of those minions, so most likely the Frog, will die to a Wrath. But of course, you can't really know that as RDU, so he went with a really good turn, I would say. There's a swipe. Doesn't matter if he deals damage to the Azure Drake. There's no weapon yet for RDU, and it will not change anything. Another Camel. There's a Kvaldir, but now swipes will wreck everything.
Yeah, and he got double swipe. But how is... Oh, a Blood Mage Talonus.
That's not needed, right? You just double swipe.
You could consider Blood Mage Talonus, one swipe and then hero power.
Well, you can drop the Felons, right? Because then you can play around Freezing Trap. So that's actually decent. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Double swipe though is 10 damage to the face.
Yeah, for sure. He will get a hit. Whoa.
Okay. That's interesting. Wait, now he can't... Now he can only play Falnos? That's really interesting.
Yeah, and is he going for Azure Rig again? He's actually going for it.
Hmm. You want to keep the Moonfire in this situation for the next turn? No, you want to kill the 2-2, right? Because
Yeah,
then
I
you...
think he needs to.
But that was a really interesting turn. I was sure that he wants to clear the board.
Yeah, I would have used one swipe at least for sure.
Interesting. Okay, let's see what we'll get from what he will get from Barnes. Is that Savannah Hyman? No. A Stranglehold Tiger.
1-1 with stealth.
It's okay, but not against a swipe.
So, do you go greedy here and do Deadly Shot to make some pressure, or do you want to keep it like you don't like to trade two 4 minions into a 4/4 Azure Rig?
Now RDU is going aggressively.
Yeah.
And this will most likely lose him the game because now the type of play that JJ did said, well, I don't have swipes, I don't have spells, and that bluff played Radu directly into the lion's mouth, let's say like that, and now he'll be just wrecked.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, like 10 damage phase right now clears the board.
Wait, is is JJ still thinking about doing something else? I mean, this can be different, right? This is just too good.
Yeah, like I would
It-
for sure do that.
This is Pyroblast to the face, deal 4 damage, clear an entire board, basically a Flamestroke and a Pyroblast in 2 cards for 4 mana each.
Yeah, like I would for sure do it, but let's see what he consider. Oh, Blood Mist Towers.
Interesting. I'm really baffled sometimes, but Palmus gets killed. Well, when you draw a Wrath, for sure. Does it make a difference? No, actually use the hero power anyway here. Yeah. But that's a really weird way of playing the game right now. It's very greedy. Seems to work, but it's very greedy.
For sure, he's playing it really interesting. But let's
Because now
see.
he lost both spell powers, and the cards that he has are not really that great answer to Call of the Wild.
So,
Ardu probably goes with everything to the face because he's almost sure there's no another swipe, and he saw a Moonfire, he saw a Wrath, 1 Wrath, so there's a small chance of having those again, but he trades. Interesting.
probably because he's not sure about like Superjj, because he likes to keep the swipe like we could see before. But yeah, I believe I would have one face as well. It's a really rough one. Like they're playing really interesting, but we know that there are some really good players. So
Swipe, Wrath, and Arcane Giant seems like a perfect combination. For RDU, there's a Deadly Shot, so that's something. There's a consolidation prize against this monster of a turn for JJ. But he is on top deck mode. Oh,
okay,
maybe
still,
not.
that's really important. He's winning it for you.
Nope. Unfortunately, a second Alec is being drawn, so no Savannah Hyman for the upcoming turn. He's dealing some damage every single turn now with the hero power, but that still doesn't solve a problem that his opponent is at healthy 15.
Yeah, slamming the Mulligans.
Second Deadly Shot? Nope. A Kindly Grandmother. Well, you have seen 2 swipes, you have seen 2 Wraths, you have seen 1 Moonfire, because the second one was from Raven Idol, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's still a Living Roots and a Nourish to refill his hand. And on the occasion to get a spell, Healing Touch.
And Moonfire.
Wait,
so
is that lethal?
you can even choose.
6, 13, 17 damage. But you don't have enough mana for... No, wait, that's 21, exactly 21. Am I counting this correctly? Should
Yeah,
be.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
17 plus 4.
No, wait, no. It's
No.
1 off. 4, 8,
13.
and then 12. Right, so that's 20. Oh no, wait, it's 3. Okay. Never mind. Well, that's a quick 3-0 by JJ against RDU. RDU, unfortunately for him, is being kicked out of the tournament because that was the decider match for him and for JJ actually. But JJ was swept with Druid, with a Malygos Druid. That's something you don't see often, usually.
Yeah,
Raven, what do you-
it was a crazy series overall, right? So again, not often, especially in this format, you see a 3-0 sweep with a single deck, just because there's so many variables in terms of lineups, because the lineups are always changing. But yeah, it was just kind of crazy. Yogg Druid just doing its thing, and obviously the Yogg in the previous game to the last one, pretty much getting all the work done for JJ there. So it shows the maybe some of the problems of that card, I guess, in terms of power level or potential power level. But yeah, it was a great series overall, and yeah, JJ 3-0'd, so kind of crazy. He makes it through to day 2 to join you.
To join me. So yeah, looking forward to see how it's going for the ADA. Like, the Druid is really, really strong.
We'll have some highlights of this match, but those will be basically Druid,
Yeah,
it's
there'll
Druid
be
stuff
Druid
happening.
things.
Let's see what are those best plays of the match.
Okay, so yeah, so we're going to see a lot of Druid on JJ's side here, game 1, against the
one,
Paladin, which
against the Paladin, the perfect opener. By the way, last match we had win rate with coin was 100%. This
Now
time
it's
0%. That means that RDU had 3 times the coin.
yeah, I guess so.
Right? Yeah. Most damage in 1 turn 21. That's because of Malygos. Most cards in 1 turn 4. Well, the Moonfire are doing God's work, especially when you're 0 mana and with playing with so much spell power. So that's quite amazing to see in this deck.
Is this what
This is
what none of us really want to look at? To be
Yeah.
honest. This was the Yogg that pretty much
Sealed
solved
the
the
deal.
problem for JJ here and just ended the game there and then. Pretty crazy. We all know Yogg can do silly things at most times, but when there's a Malygos on board and all the spells are amplified, it gets truly ridiculous, in my opinion. And then we did kind of see that come out now as everything seemed to go pretty well here for JJ.
I mean, the Claw, the Moonfire, as everything was going great. Polymorph,
Even the smite was to face, right? Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Some extra healing, why not? And yeah,
Still
with the
wasn't
addition of the
enough.
Moonfire straight on there, straight to end the game. Yeah, so
That
I
was
see
the
Radu's
everyone is kind of like
reaction
well,
to the Yogg
happened.
is the words I'll choose.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. But that was the 2-0, and now the third game was, I think, like the closest one between those two guys. The Hunter was kind of lacking in the mid game because he didn't have any Azure Drakes to refill his hand. The Alec didn't draw anything, and here this is the turn. Well, actually, didn't see the turn when JJ attacked the Azure Drake into the freezing trap to avoid playing double swipes. So I'm really interested to see what was happening
Yeah,
here.
we'll find out from JJ after this on what was the thought process going through that turn. But as we can see, the game ended in true Malygos fashion with a 21 damage burst, with obviously the Malygos able to attack as well. So a bit of an explosive end to the match there, a 3-0 from JJ, and he does make it through the group into tomorrow. So pretty crazy series overall, and I believe we have JJ here.
Yep.
How did that series go for you, JJ? How did you feel throughout the series?
Good. I mean, compared to my last series, this was like, I don't know, hopping over a fucking field of trees and being happy, because it was really not that hard to play.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if I'm happy about this Yogg or not. I think we don't need this in competitive Hearthstone, but it's up to them.
Well, the thing is, it's like you won the game, so there's that aspect to it, but also the Yogg was kind of ridiculous. But
it's a kind of twisted feeling, right? You're not really happy. You didn't win the game because you did something special for it. You win the game because you played a card and it did something special for you. So what is my part on that?
yeah, that's true. But I wanted to ask you about the Azure Drake into the freezing trap. You were sure that this is a freezing trap when you were attacking with that Drake?
I was like, it's either freezing or
Bear trap?
the cat trick.
Oh, Catrick. Okay.
And I was like, this will be the only turn where I'll be able to play the drag again, and I needed a card draw. And I was like, even if he coins the Call of the Wild, I have the Falno swipe as backup.
Okay, makes sense, because I was thinking like you could have played this double swipe there,
Yeah.
right? To just clear the board, or even just use the Falnos and swipe.
And when he
use
coins
the
Call
hero
and I
power.
lose, right? When he coins Call of the Wild and I lost.
But you have still Falnos on board
Yeah.
and stack and swipe in hand.
Oh, you want to do? I did one swipe. Oh, you think?
No, because if
The,
the
the,
turn,
it was the Drake swipe, right?
yeah, Drake Falno swipe and hero power to clear the board, right? And then he plays Call of the Wild, and you still have Falnos, even if he trades with the Huffer into your other Drake.
Yeah, I could have done it. This was the best line around High Main and Call of the Wild.
So you were just you were greedy because of the card draw that you were lacking, right?
First that, and I have a resource in my hand I can utilize. Probably the only time in this game. And I was like, yes, if I play it, then now is it worth it? And then I consider the ups and downs, right?
What about the turn when you? That was kind of crazy when you think about it. You had your Malagos in hand, and you went Innervate on turn 3 into Nourish, into Mana, into Wild Growth to completely empty your hand.
Yeah.
And well, just be on the top deck mode, right? How many cards would have just rescue you in that situation? Because there's a
I
Nourish.
think it was like 5 cards left, and at this point I have 23 cards in my hand. So I roughly give me over 66% to draw well. So why not go for the 66%? And you don't have the best matchup anyways. Or just say, yeah, I play slow and that Shaman out-tempos you anyways, right?
Okay. Yeah, it worked out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to make the big plays or work with what you've got at least to win a series. But we're just going to go to a quick break while we set up the next match, guys. So don't go anywhere, stick around, and we'll be back soon.